This is my 2023 Corvette Z06, and I paid $151,100 for it. Sort of. Today we're going to talk about what the costs of buying this brand new C8 Z06 have been. I say sort of because there's beyond the just purchase price. You have things like sales tax, registration, other associated costs. We're going to walk through the window sticker, showing you guys the details of my car, how I spec'd it, how I ordered it, how much each option costs, and why I ordered it, and then talk through the total cost so far and what has been spent to get this brand new C8 Z06, which I absolutely love. I realize I'm very, very fortunate to have this car. It is very rare, very hard to find right now, but I love it. It's at just under 1,000 miles. I'm through break-in. It is such an amazing car, and I'm so lucky to have it. So with that, let's go grab the window sticker. It's in the trunk, and take a look at the cost of this Z06. How to open the trunk back here. So there's that flat plane crank 5.5 liter V8. Still got a bunch of stuff from delivery here. Car cover. These are for the carbon ceramic brakes. There's brake cooling ducts here, but what we have right here is the window sticker to my car. Some people get them laminated. I did not. It is just here. So here is the window sticker. 2023 Corvette Z06 Coupe 3LZ. 3LZ is the highest trim. It's like the package. Rapid blue exterior, tension/twilight blue dipped interior. So that is that two-tone blue with the blue stitching. It looks awesome. 5.5 liter V8 mid-engine, 8-speed dual clutch, rear-wheel drive. There's a lot of included options as a pretty high-spec Z06 3LZ. But here we go, options and pricing. So we'll walk through line by line. To get the visible carbon fiber aero package with the Z07 pack, it was $10,495. To get the Z06 Ultimate Performance, which is Z07 code, $8,995. So those two together with the Z07 pack and then the exposed carbon aero were at effectively $20,000, which is a big ticket item but really transforms this car. That's the max performance track attack version. So the Z07 aero includes the high wing, the fixed wing, which is frame chassis mounted. We have the dive planes up front, the canards, which I absolutely love, and all of it is visible carbon fiber. You can get it painted carbon flash metallic, and I believe that's slightly cheaper. The Z07 package brings Brembo carbon ceramic brakes, and you have Cup 2R tires, which I'll talk about in other videos, but they're pretty intense, and Z07 suspension. It is magnetic ride suspension. Gas guzzler tax, that's not really an option. You have to pay that. That's $3,000. I did option the front lift, which raises the front lift so you don't scrape your carbon fiber front splitter. That was $2,595, and it does come with memory. You can store locations. Carbon fiber interior trim 1, the first package, is $1,500, which I like a lot. I'll show you some more details of what exactly is carbon fiber in a moment. I did museum delivery. I've never been there before, and it was a really cool experience. So that adds the personalized plaque, which is in the middle between the seats. I'll show that in a moment. $995 for that. The stealth interior package, which turns a lot of the trim things to like a gray finish, $595. The paint code rapid blue is $500. I did satin graphite aluminum wheels, $495. It's a heck of a lot cheaper than the carbon fiber wheels, which are $12,000. The indoor car cover, $460. Blacked out exhaust tips, $395. The carbon flash center caps, that's $260. Black lug nuts, $245. The Stealth Cross flags emblems, I like that a lot actually, $225. And the black wheel locks, $125. So a lot of these are smaller little accessory packages there. $30,880 in options on this car, which brings a total vehicle price along with destination charge to $151,125. So you see $151,125 as option for a pretty well optioned Z06 Coupe with Z07 3LZ. You can option them high if you do convertible, carbon wheels, a couple more things. I've seen them as high as like the 170s. So this is what I was essentially comfortable with. This is amusing though. MPG, 12 city, 19 highway, 14 combined. You spend a lot more in fuel compared to the average new vehicle. I mean, it makes 670 horsepower, so I'm not that surprised. It's okay. It's okay. So that's a look at the window sticker. You see all the options I put on the vehicle, and that price point is kind of what I was comfortable with. The big question I've gotten already is, why didn't you do carbon fiber wheels? My Shelby 350R did come with carbon fiber wheels, and I really haven't driven on it much. It does make a difference. It lowers unsprung weight. On the Z06, it's about a $12,000 option. That is definitely a lot of money. And for me, it was gonna be a trade-off. Like, I had the budget of like $150 in mind, and I wanted the 3LZ. I wanted some of these touches to it, and if I did carbon fiber wheels, that would put me, basic math, in over $160,000, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to do that. Now, yes, it does make the car drive better, it handles better, it's less unsprung weight, and they look really cool, but they are catastrophically expensive. And I'm gonna use this car mostly on the road, enjoying some nice curvy roads, back roads, maybe a couple road trips. I do plan on tracking the car, but I know my level of driver skill, and will I be able to really eke out that max performance with the carbon fiber wheels? Probably not. It's not gonna make that much of a difference to me, and this is how I always think about it. I'd probably be better off spending that $12,000 on personalized driver training or more race schools or more race days, things like that, to become a faster driver. So that's kind of how I logicked it out. I'm sure I'm gonna answer this question many, many more times. That's a really quick answer to why I didn't option the carbon fiber wheels on this car. With that, now let's walk around the car. You saw the window sticker, you saw the pricing of the packages, and we'll show you guys all the little details on the car and how it was ordered. So this is Rapid Blue, which I absolutely love. I've wanted a bright, colorful car for the longest time, and now I finally have it. So here's a look. I mean, I know the engine cover is open, but we have the Z07 Aero package in exposed carbon fiber. So that brings these dive planes up here, these canards, all in carbon fiber, including the front splitter too, which you'll note is actually 3 pieces. You can see kind of a seam right there. So that's carbon fiber, along with the side skirts here, that is in carbon fiber. And then the big fixed wing back here, that's also done in carbon fiber. I'm gonna go ahead and close this for a second. That is soft close. So you see the Z07 wing here, that's mounted. It is full exposed carbon fiber. Now, the rear diffuser is not carbon fiber, so any other blacked out trim that's not carbon fiber is painted carbon flash metallic, which is a black paint that has a ton of metallic flake in it. That actually looks really cool. All of that aero could have been optioned in carbon flash metallic, which then would be a little bit lower cost. The exhaust tips I did black out. I think that looks really nice with the whole blacked out trim below. And then you'll see right here, these are the dark cross flags. So essentially fully blacked out emblems on the car, which I like a lot. Everything matches. It's fantastic finish. I love it. I did not option carbon fiber mirrors. That was an option. You could add that. You can add carbon fiber wheels, obviously. There's the carbon metallic center caps. Also blacked out lug nuts you see there along with the wheel lock. And behind that, you'll see these giant carbon ceramic brakes with the, I forget the name, this grayish metallic finish carbon ceramic brake calipers. I could have done yellow, and I think there's a red, but I just like the whole kind of blue, black, and grayscale finish on the whole car. You'll see in a moment the blue seat belts too. All of it kind of matches together. Check out that. This is my first time owning a car with carbon ceramic brakes, so they're pretty awesome. I mean, less dust, or essentially no dust, but they are obviously very expensive, but the performance is phenomenal. They stop so hard. I love them. And then these are the satin graphite forged wheels. A little darker than I originally was thinking. I was thinking like a lighter gray, but overall in the car, I'm a big fan. I do have new wheels coming for the car too, so I'll leave the Cup 2R tires on the stock wheels for when I track it, and then on the street I'm gonna run PS4S tires, just for, which are way better. These are like track slicks. Like, look at that. It's they definitely get a bit scary when it's wet. Like, they will hydroplane, and when they're cold, no grip, right? These are track performance tires, Cup 2Rs, 345 by 21 out back. They're 21 by 13-inch wide wheels. They're absolutely massive. Let's see, what other exterior spec details we need to talk about. So it's a coupe, but the roof does come off and can store in the back, so it's like a Targa. You can also get a convertible, but then you don't see the engine cover, or engine itself. And I like to see the engine on a mid-engine car. It's just such a special part, right? This is the first mid-engine Corvette ever, and the Z06 is even extra special. So I did option to do a coupe, not a convertible, which also saves some money. Got a name plaque back there, 670 horsepower. The rear trunk here. What were the other major options? Front lift, so there's a button inside. I can raise the front lift, which makes it really convenient. You'll see the blacked out flag badge up front too. Let's see, everything else is carbon flash metallic. And that's, I think, all the exterior spec details to take a look at. Now, the interior. So this is the stealth finish instead of just straight silver. This is the high-end Bose sound system. It actually sounds pretty nice. And it's just all leather on the inside, stitched. It's so nice. Carbon fiber interior brings carbon fiber here right on the window switch surround. And then, actually, I'm gonna go to the driver's side. It's easier because it's just a wall of buttons here from the passenger side. The seats have some carbon fiber on them. The blue and dark blue two-tone interior, absolutely love it. And then, if you look right here in the middle, I'm like, this is a really exciting thing to me. Not only does it say 70th anniversary, but I can put EddieX on there. You see I got VIN number 38 for museum delivery. That's really cool. Wireless phone charger right there. And then the blue theme continues on. One thing that made me not want to option the higher end carbon package is that makes this entire center console area carbon fiber, which I'm not a huge fan of because it's like, I mean, it's glossy plastic essentially, right? It looks really cool as carbon fiber, but I wanted it in this gorgeous blue leather. So I only did the first one, and also that means that saved me like $3,500. So I'm not going to complain about that. So you'll see the window switch surround here is carbon fiber too on the driver's side. We have more carbon fiber on the steering wheel, the blue center stripe, Z06, carbon fiber paddle shifters, the surround of the digital cluster here in the middle. That's all carbon fiber, so that's the first one, which I think is great. The entire roof headliner here is like micro suede, which is quite nice. Have the stitching, so this can come off and it can store in the trunk, so you would still have like an open air experience. Also a bit more carbon fiber right there. And you'll see these three buttons: traction control, front lift, and the cameras. Front cameras, which are really nice. This is the front lift with GPS memory. That's also very handy. I use it like 4 to 5 times a day. So I would highly recommend optioning that, especially if you live somewhere that's not perfectly flat, which honestly is most places, like driveways and entering parking lots and things like that. And then again, this is just all this nice blue leather, heated and cooled seats, heated steering wheel. It has all the creature comforts that you would want, which is absolutely phenomenal. Like, I love that part of this car. Here is another fact. There was a lot of demand for the Z06, not a lot of supply, and as a result, there are a lot of dealers charging markup on these cars. I've seen them posted as high as $100,000 over MSRP. It seems a lot maybe selling for $50,000 over MSRP. It speaks to how exciting this car is, how epic it is, how much it goes up against cars that cost a lot more. I am very, very lucky that my dealership that I ordered this car from did not charge me any markup. I actually, for fun, as almost a joke, got the car for under MSRP. I'll show that in a second. There were some people who were doubting that, but I mean, it happened. I'll show you that in a moment. So huge thanks to Andrew and Shandon up at Fox Motors in Negaunee, Michigan Chevrolet. They're like an upper peninsula of Michigan by Marquette. So I actually paid under MSRP for this car. The proof is right here. I folded it up to hide my personal information, but we'll take a look at that. So you saw on the window sticker 151, 125. So I got it for 151, 100. So $25 under MSRP, which is just kind of amusing. Other taxable charges like dock fees, things like that, $230, $24 electronic filing fee, so forth. So total taxable price, $151, $354. So the dealership is in Michigan, but I'm in Illinois. So the original sales tax was charged at Michigan sales tax amount, $9,091.24. Total price is that. This is how much I put, $60,000 down. I did finance the rest of it because I don't have all of it in cash, which is probably going to cause people to bicker in the comments saying if you don't have the cash to buy the car, you shouldn't be buying it, but I am happy to finance it because I love this car. We'll look at this. Here is the total tax form. I'm hiding some personal information right there. You'll see I had to pay another, I think $1,500, something about that, to the state of Illinois because Illinois sales tax is higher. So it's about $10,000 of sales tax, which is a lot. That definitely hurt quite a bit, but you got to do it, right? It's just part of it. Plus registration costs, all in, it was about $161,000 to finish purchasing the car from that regard. So we've taken a look at the spec of the car, the MSRP, taxes. Obviously registration also is on there. I think Illinois for a brand new car was like $300, which I'm actually very happy that Illinois charges a flat fee regardless of the price of the car. Back when I lived in Michigan, the registration cost per year was based off of the original MSRP of the car, and I think they like depreciated 2 years. So like my RS7 was still like $500–600 a year, and R8 was like $700 every single year to register. Illinois, I believe, is a flat fee of like $151 or something, depending if you add a vanity plate or not. So that was a couple $100 on top of that. And then the additional cost now became optional, right? You don't have to do paint protection film on your vehicle. I chose to do that to protect the entire car. So the whole car got covered in Expel Ultimate by New Layer Customs up in Michigan. They're in Troy, Michigan. They did an honestly fantastic job. Looking at the corners, the edges, like you can't even tell that this car has PPF, and that, I mean, is the absolute best. It's not like a templated kit where you can see the edges around each panel. They wrap the corners, and honestly, like you can't tell that it has PPF. Yes, obviously, some places will have to have a little seam just because of the geometry of the car, but they are the best in the business. I absolutely love how the car turned out. So the full body PPF came in at just under $10,000. That is a lot of money, but for the peace of mind to protect the whole car from rock chips, little scratches, things like that, I elected to go for that. Now, a lot of times in my other cars, I've done just front end PPF, and the price can range there, but just to be fully transparent, that's how much it would cost to PPF the entire car, including the carbon aero, all of that. So that's not on this car, so that was about another, I mean, $10,000. And then shipping the car. Eddie has a weird life. I mean, it doesn't make any sense, right? I took delivery of the car down at the museum in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and then because it was kind of cold and not so nice out anymore, and a couple 2 hours are kind of sketchy, and I wanted the whole car protected, I did not drive it home from the museum delivery. Instead, it got put into a truck and shipped up to Michigan to get the full body PPF. So that was, I think, about $1,400 to ship the car up to Michigan, one way, enclosed in a big trailer. And then once it was done with PPF, it was snowy and cold in Chicago and Illinois and Michigan, so the car got shipped out west. My plan this entire time was to bring the car to Arizona, currently in Scottsdale, and have the car stay here for the winter so I can drive it, get it through break-in, enjoy the car. If it went to Chicago, it would just sit in a garage for the whole winter. Kind of negates the whole point of getting a fun sports car, getting it early, getting to drive and enjoy it. So the cost to ship the car out west ended up going to Los Angeles, California, instead of Scottsdale first, was $3,000 enclosed one way. So there was another $4,500, $4,500 to just ship the car around. Obviously, neither of those last two things that I just mentioned are a requirement when you buy the car. It's just the way I wanted to do it, but I have to factor in because I have spent a little alarming amount of money actually on this car so far, but it's worth it because I absolutely love it. Whoa, that's a PTS GT3 Touring. That's epic. Sorry, I got distracted. Where was I? Cost so far. So all of that adds up to be about $170,000, $175,000 so far to purchase a car. Now, I did finance it, fully transparent with that. I mean, rates are definitely high right now, so I kind of figured out what I was comfortable with the monthly payment, depending on all these other factors in my life, which I'm not gonna get into that much detail with that. So I did finance the car. I put a substantial amount of money down, well, substantial to me. I put more money down on this car than in my house, priorities. But this car, I feel comfortable doing that because A, the current market state of these cars, how rare they are, the value. B, I don't think long-term they're necessarily gonna drop that much. And C, I love enough that I think, you always say that, right? Keep the car forever, but this car is so good. It's definitely my favorite car now, beyond the R8. So from that regard, I was comfortable doing that in terms of the monthly payment, the terms, interest, all of that. I may start paying ahead of time if I have the spare cash to kind of pay it down, or maybe sell one of the other cars and pay it off early, but that was the current status, everything. I ran all the numbers, calculated. I love doing numbers. I love spreadsheets. Excel is happiness, so I did all of that. So all in about $175. Other recurring costs, I already mentioned registration. Insurance is about $200-ish a month, bundled with my other two cars. I have State Farm for my insurance. They've been great so far, so that works. Otherwise, I think that's the majority of the costs on how much it costs to get a 2023 Corvette Z06. Again, huge thank you to Andrew and Shannon at the dealership, everybody I know at Chevy that helped me get this allocation. It's through break-in now. I've been driving and enjoying it, letting some friends also experience it. All of them have been absolutely blown away. We're talking about people who drive GT3 RSs, who own Lamborghinis, who drive actual race cars. I let my friend Gray yesterday drive it, and he, I think, was pretty impressed with it. And his high praise was, it feels like a race car. And this is from a guy who literally races GT3 and GT4 class race cars. So it's an absolutely amazing machine. I'm looking forward to many, many more miles of fun. New wheels and tires are coming for it soon. More to come on that. And there we go. That's how much it costs to get my 2023 Corvette Z06. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, getting a little look behind the scenes on some of the numbers, which I like sharing. Comment below if you have any questions, other videos you'd like to see me film with the Z06. Thanks for watching.